Yeah, for sure. Hey, Darius, hope you're doing well. I guess just to start, just another SEC Freshman of the Week. You're the first one to win five in a row, and I guess when you look back at some of the great players who have played in this conference, I guess just how special is that to you?
Uh, yeah, how you doing? I'm good. No, it's very special. Just seeing the list of names that won it four times, that was amazing to see, knowing they were coached by Coach Cal. But yeah, it's definitely a blessing, to have that. But I just want to keep going, keep the season going, and hopefully get more wins.
And how have you kind of seen the response from the Auburn game, just from you yourself and all of the guys? How has the response kind of been from your perspective?
Yeah, the message has been real clear. We had a hard practice yesterday, so we know what we got to do in these next couple games. We got to defend. We got to play. We got to get back to our brand of basketball. Just play tough and just be those guys for 40 minutes.
And then Carter's brother, obviously Kobe plays for South Carolina. Has he talked at all about potentially going up against his brother? I know he got hurt in the Auburn game, so it's maybe up in the air, but has he talked about playing against his brother at all? And I guess just is there any excitement level there for him?
Yeah, I don't really know. Right now, has he? He said something about it like last month or something, but no, we ain't really spoke on that a lot since he got hurt.
Matt.
Yeah, hey Darius, thanks for the time. Cal was complimenting you recently for being a really steady player. Was just wondering kind of when and how you've developed that.
I feel like that's always been a trait for me. Just being steady, being poised. I feel like that's always been, one of my good traits. But appreciate that from him though. Coming from him, that's amazing. But yeah, that's definitely something I always want to do. I always want to be steady and poised and, just have that beast in me so I can, do what I want to do.
And on top of yesterday's hard practice, what else has Cal, I guess, been emphasizing for these next few games?
Just same message as always. Just play together. Let's be more smarter with the ball on offense. We had a lot of bad turnovers that led to, bad defense or transition. So just being more careful with the ball on offense and, just play together. There's nothing really changed. We just, had a rough loss on the road.
And last one with SC coming to town tomorrow. Michi Johnson being their leading scorer. I was just wondering what you've seen from him on tape, if you've had a chance.
Yeah, I used to watch, when he was in college, I seen a couple games, of course. When I was in high school watching on TV. Obviously he played at Ohio State and stuff, so I know the history of him for sure. But I haven't watched a lot of it, but I watched some. So I know he's a great scorer, a great shooter, and he can get hot any minute.
Thanks.
Touch.
Yeah, Darius, I know Coach Cal likes to say that he burns the tape after a game like the other day, but I'm curious, does that apply to the players? Do you watch the film? Do the assistant coaches still point things out from the film on things y'all could do better?
Yeah, for sure. You got to watch the film as players just to see, what happened. Um, Especially, you just got to watch it because you want to see, what we can fix. So we won't bring it to the next game. Like I said, the careless turnovers we had, we can't have that. I had a couple bad ones. So yeah, we got to watch. Assistant coaches went over some of the film with us. So it was great. It was good to see, some of the, I say the dumb mistakes that I made for sure. Just got to fix that.
And Coach Cal mentioned last night on the radio show that he might experiment with playing Malik Ewan and Nick Pringle together on the floor. We haven't seen a ton of that this year, but we have a little bit. Kind of what do they bring when they're on the floor together?
A lot of size and protection at the rim, I would say. That's two. They both, very big and, strong. And they're both great players. They're smart, they're veterans. So just have those two guys on the court together, with whoever out there with them is gonna be great for sure.
Daniel.
Hey, Darius, I know you talked about Michi Johnson just a couple minutes ago, but I mean, South Carolina as a whole, what have you guys noticed on film from those guys, just getting ready for this game on Wednesday?
They're a great team. They're tough. Like I said, they got a couple good guards. They can get hot. Not just who you mentioned, Beachy, but they got a couple more guards that can shoot. and they can score a little bit. So we just know we got to be prepared. We got to defend, stay in front of the ball, and just close out with high hands.
Yeah, and the Arkansas played those guys in that South Carolina twice last year. The first one didn't go very well. Have the returners talked to you guys, the newcomers, just about those battles last year and preparing for that this year?
No, not really. We talked about it a couple of times because Nick went there last year, so we just been talking about that a little bit. But no, not really. We haven't really touched on that topic yet. But I'm sure we will probably before the game or something.
Thanks.
Matt.
Yeah, just to follow up on watching Michi at Ohio State, was just kind of curious how it feels for you a couple years later for, a lot of people to be watching you on national television and, now you get 5 straight SEC.
Definitely like a dream come true. It's always something I dream of, getting whatever award it is. But like I said, I'm just trying to, just keep getting wins with my team. I ain't really focused on that. That's not my main focus right now, I would say. I'm just trying to focus on the team so we can get better.
Jackson.
Hey Darius, you mentioned kind of looking at the list of names of guys that did it 4 times and all the Cal players. Any names stick out that kind of stuck with you? Like, oh dang, I did something. John Wall or Brandon Knight or Booker. Like any one name in particular that meant a lot to you?
Yeah, I think I saw Book on there. I saw Devin Book on there. I think that was one of the names. I can't remember the other one, but I think it was Ty Washington, some other. I forgot the other two, but yeah, just seeing D Book for sure. That was great to see. I didn't know he did that. That's great to see. He's a legend in the making. So just seeing, following after his footsteps, seeing that's great for sure. And of course, all the other 3 guys.
When you and Cal or any of his assistants sat down and watched film of any of the other point guards that he's have kind of come through Cal's system? Any names come to mind of guys you're studying, trying to emulate their type of game this season?
Nah, we haven't done that, but I watch, of course, by myself. Like I said, I watch TU a lot. I watch Tyler Ulis a lot. He was one, if not one of the best point guards for Cal. He was probably one of the, if not the best for real. He was great for Coach Cal. So I watch him a lot. John Wall, of course. De'Aaron Fox, those guys. I watch them a lot. Even some Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So just seeing a lot of those guys. I watch, of course, but nah, Coach, we don't really do that.
Gotcha. You know, when it seems like your name's kind of rising on some draft boards and you were a 5-star recruit, but it seems like you've kind of surprised some people. What do you think coming in expectations wise were some stuff that you wanted to prove, scouts or opposing players, coaches, whatever it may be? What did you think maybe coming into college you wanted to prove about yourself?
Just that I can compete on the next level. I don't want to be like I would say, like a liability out there. I want to be able to compete, with my teammates, and just show that I can win, a little more. And just being a leader, I would say, like that was one of the biggest steps I had to take. Still learning a lot though. Still got to compete more on the defensive end, and just keep being a leader.
And y'all's film watch and just kind of reviewing what happened at Auburn, what stands out on the defensive end of stuff that you guys maybe didn't do so well and you want to improve upon the weeks ahead?
Just being more smart, just being aware of certain things, like certain help positions we wasn't in. But like I said, it starts with me. Starts with the pressure on the ball. Starts with just talking as the point guard. I gotta be more, vocal and more, like have sense of awareness when I'm out there on the defensive end. So, but nah, we definitely getting better at it. We're gonna keep working on it.
What have you seen, from Malik Ewan? I guess he's kind of continued this good play from, on offense and offensive rebounding, free throws and stuff. I mean, have you seen any difference from him behind the scenes, or is it was just a matter of time before he kind of came out and did his thing like he's doing now?
Nah, I kind of expected it. He puts in the work, to get better, and he's a very skilled big man, like I always say. So not really surprising me. He just got to keep doing it. Keep his comp. He got great confidence right now, so just keep that going. And I think he helps us a lot. So he just got to keep that going. And, he gonna keep helping us for sure.
Appreciate it, Darius. Thanks for talking to us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Hutch.
Yeah, I just got one follow up. Darius, you mentioned a second ago, Nick played at South Carolina last year. Has he talked about this game? Does he have a little extra meaning to him, or do you sense it means a little bit more?
I'm pretty sure it does, but we haven't really we haven't really talked about that a lot. But I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, it's an old team. Anybody would, have some motivation, of course, but we ain't really talked about it that much.